Hey, what's going on, everybody? Welcome back to day 3 of the 31 Days of Horror. DBougie86 here again. Now, the film I got for you guys today is a film that was actually released this year through MPI Media Group, which I believe is the same company as Dark Sky Films, pretty much. And it's a horror comedy, and like a lot of us do, we like to get our horror comedy groove on because we do like a lot of straight-faced horror films. But we like to have little giggles and laugh and be entertained too sometimes. I'm not saying straight face could be entertaining, but you know what I mean. And this one kept my interest because of who was in it, and just reading the subplot, it sounded very interesting. And that is Night of the Living Deb. Yes. This film stars Maria Thayer, Michael Cassidy, and legendary actor Ray Wise, of course, one of my favorite actors of all time. He was in last year's Suburban Gothic. He was also in Digging Up the Marrow, and most famously for non-horror stuff, he was in one of my favorite films of all time, RoboCop. And of course, Twin Peaks fame. He's in a lot of genre stuff. He's a very great actor in this stuff. Now, the main plot of this one, we're introduced to like our main character of Deb, who's played by Maria Thayer. And when we first meet Deb, she's like down on her luck. She's talking to her friend at a bar. Then she meets a guy. And then what ends up happening is we go to the next day. It's the day before 4th of July. And Deb actually wakes up in this guy's apartment. And pretty much the guy, we know his name later in the film, is Ryan, is pretty much trying to get her along her way and try to kick her out of the curb kind of deal. So they end up going their separate ways, but not for long, because what ends up happening is overnight the zombie apocalypse happened, and everyone that they know in this town are zombies, and it's up to them to band together and go find out and stay at Ryan's family's house and then find out how they're gonna get out of this situation. And that is pretty much the main plot of the film. I'll go too into it. Now, my thoughts on this one, with a lot of Zomcom films, it's very like a oversaturated subgenre of film per se, and you have to have really likable characters in this film to type of film to actually follow the story, because there are so many of like these zom comedies from the past. And prison, there's even a quote on the front cover that says, "A crowd pleaser in the mold of Shaun of the Dead." It kind of has that essence in a way, but I actually kind of like this a little more than Shaun of the Dead. That's not being stereotypical, because I do like Shaun of the Dead. It's classic in the genre. But this one has a lot of heart and soul into it, where its characters are very funny. The performance of Maria Thayer as Deb is one you have to see to believe. She's just a brilliant role for any actress to take, because her character is kind of like, in a way, like she's in her own circle, but she's a loud character. If you know what that means, is she keeps to herself pretty much, but she's a very loud person when she wants to be and wants to be heard. And it blends well, and you see the interaction between her and the character of Ryan in the film, and it's really well done, and the chemistry works. And of course, Ray Wise, and also forgot Chris Marquette, of course, from Freddy vs. Jason, also who's in this film as Ryan's father and brother, respectively. And they're both great, and they have like these great lines together. And there's a few scenes where Ray Wise is just hamming it up throughout the film, and he's just brilliant. And like, this is a very different role from his performance in Suburban Gothic last year. But I like that about that, because it's not the same character, and he really dwells into like the story and interactions and stuff with Ryan and Chaz, and that's Ryan's brother's name. I forgot to mention that. But really well done stuff, man. I really like how this film built up. And another thing that was cool is they actually call the zombies in a zombie film, which you don't really see that much, because you either like the undead or them, or like the walkers, or they don't normally call like zombies in zombie films. and this is the rare case where they actually do. And I just like this, like even like the personalities and all the other characters and the interactions with the actual zombies that happen in the film, and how the film progresses and ends and takes you for a loop with certain like some zombie folklore, which I wasn't expecting, and I was gladly surprised, and I highly enjoyed this film. It's really humorous, and there's a lot of good stuff about it. If I had to rate Night of the Living Dead, I'm giving it a solid 8.5. It's just a fun ride. If you like your zomcoms, this is definitely one that you have to check out for yourself. And it's probably my favorite of the horror comedies that I have seen this year. I've seen a few low budget ones, but this is probably one of my favorites. So I definitely recommend Night of the Living Dead. It was a fun film. So 8.5. All right, guys, that's it for day 3. I'll be back tomorrow with another review. I'm actually not sure I'm reviewing. I gotta look at the list again, so it'll be a surprise. So I'll see you then. Peace out.